Also, there was a huge grand function which also was planned today to release this particular book, but right now that has been cancelled.
Now, meanwhile, Siddaramaiah has announced that he will contest the assembly elections from Polar. In the last election, Siddaramaiah had lost the Chamundeshwari seat, though he won from Badami.
ನಾನು ಮುಂದಿನ ಚುನಾವಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋಲಾರದಿಂದ ಅಭ್ಯರ್ಥಿಯಾಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡಿದೆ.
And still with down south now, high drama played out in the Tamil Nadu Assembly today, with the Governor R.N. Ravi walking out of the Assembly after Chief Minister M.K. Stalin asked the Speaker to take on record only the speech that was prepared by the state government and to remove the portions that the Governor added to the customary address. The Assembly adopted a resolution to record only the Governor's original speech, which was prepared by the state government. The Governor had skipped parts of the address prepared by the state government, which had references to secularism and leaders like Periyar, B.R. Ambedkar, K. Kamaraj, C.N. Annadurai and Karunanidhi, after which the Chief Minister moved the resolution. M.K. Stalin in the resolution said that the Governor's action was against the Constitution.
In the past 50 years, Tamil Nadu has grown significantly in multiple sectors to become a pioneering state in the country. During the 1960s, Tamil Nadu was lagging behind in social, economic, educational and health indicators when compared to other bigger states. However, today it stands tall as a leader among all states.
Three major developments in the Tamil Nadu Assembly today. One, the governor shifting from traditions, skipped certain parts of the speech prepared by the Tamil Nadu government, which he had approved, and also added a few portions. Specifically, he avoided reference to Tamil Nadu as a haven of peace while discussing the law and order situation. Secondly, he also avoided reading the part referring to late leaders like Periyar, Annadurai, Karunanidhi, Ambedkar, and even avoided mention of Dravidian model of government, which the ruling DMK promotes now. And at the end of the translation by the Tamil Nadu Speaker, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin moved a resolution calling this act of the governor against the traditions of the assembly and asked for recording only the official speech given by the government, which was also translated by the speaker, to be put on record in the assembly. And meanwhile, the governor did not even wait for the national anthem. He walked out in a huff. Earlier, when the governor began his speech, his customary address on the first day of the assembly's first session in the year, MLAs belonging to the alliance parties of the ruling DMK, including the Congress, BCK, CPI, CPM and MMK, they raised slogans against the governor on the floor of the House, referring to the inordinate delay in passing the bills which the Tamil Nadu Assembly had adopted. 21 bills are pending with the governor, some even for more than a year. These include a bill to ban online gambling and a set of online games which the government feels is leading to suicides. Secondly, certain bills which aim to clip the powers of the governor in appointment of vice chancellors to universities run by the state government. In fact, recently when the governor spoke to a set of journalists informally, he had talked about how the constitution gives powers to governors to put on hold certain bills passed by the assembly, and that's the courteous way of governors saying no to those bills. That's what the governor had said. But certainly the face-off between the governor and the state government continues. Last year, the Tamil Nadu cabinet under M.K. Stalin boycotted the governor's at-home reception, citing that he works against the interest and development of Tamil Nadu. What also touched a raw nerve today was the recent comments by the governor suggesting that Tamilagam would be a better name for Tamil Nadu than the present Tamil Nadu. The ruling DMK says it has put its stand very clear. The governor is bound to read the speech prepared and approved by him, and he cannot depart from that. Many from the ruling alliance also say the governor time and again behaves like the mouthpiece of the RSS and the BJP. And while we have to wait and see what kind of legal implications this will have, the governor didn't even wait for the national anthem to be sung. He walked away in a huff. In Chennai with Suresh, Sam Daniel, Find It TV.
All right, let's move on now to the other stories that we are tracking at the moment, and this is with regards to the Supreme Court, in fact, looking at the issue of UCC. And the Supreme Court has, in fact, rejected the PIL that was filed in this case that had, in fact, asked for the scrapping of the panels because the court believes that on this grounds that the panel itself, those are no grounds for challenge. The Supreme Court refused to entertain the PIL, which specifically challenged the Gujarat and Uttarakhand's decision to constitute committees to consider the introduction and the implementation of the Uniform Civil Code, that's the UCC. The bench of Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud and Justice P.S. Narasimha said that the plea is without merit, as they noted that the constitution of the committee alone cannot be challenged. All right, let's move on now and talk about two drunk passengers, this time on a Delhi-Patna Indigo flight, were arrested by the Patna Airport Police with the help of the Central Industrial Security Force, that's the CISF, on Sunday evening for consuming alcohol on a domestic flight, which is prohibited. The sources said that there was no ruckus on board and they stopped and apologized when a crew member intervened.
जानकारी है कि ये 2 लड़का है लोग इंडिगो में दिल्ली से आ रहा था, तो उन लोग इंडिगो ने शिकायत किया कि नशा किया है लोग, वो उन लोग को हम लोग 2 आदमी को हैंड ओवर किया, हम लोग यहाँ बैठे हैं, लाइजर से जांच किया, दोनों में दारू का अंश आया, दोनों पर FIR हो रहा है, दोनों एक्साइज कोर्ट जाएगा।
Let's move on now. Former ICICI Bank CEO Chanda Kochar and her husband Deepa Kochar are set to be released after the Bombay High Court said that their arrests were not in accordance with the law. They were arrested by the CBI on the 23rd of December in a case linked to the alleged irregularities in an over 3,000 crore rupees loan provided to the Videocon Group when Chanda Kochar was heading the private sector bank. The Kochars argued before the court that their arrest is illegal as under the Prevention of Corruption Act sanction under Section 17A of the Act is mandatory to initiate a probe, and the agency hasn't got any such sanction to initiate the investigation. The huge reprieve from the Bombay High Court comes just before the wedding of the Kochars' son on the 15th of January. The CBI has said that they will challenge the order as the CBI's ground for the arrest of the Kochars was non-cooperation.
In a huge relief to Chanda and Deepak Kochar, the Bombay High Court on Monday has directed the release of Chanda and Deepak Kochar and also said that the arrest was not in accordance with the law. Joining me are Advocate Kushal Moore and Rohan Dakshini. Sir, we would like to understand what exactly happened in court. I was there last time as well, where you have been saying, calling the arrest illegal, as well as saying that all the provisions of under Section 41A wasn't being used, or it wasn't being done illegally. What exactly happened and what did the court say?
41A is a very important provision in CRPC. The importance of the provision has been repeatedly pointed out by the Supreme Court in Arnesh Kumar and very recently in the judgment of Satyendra Kumar Anpil. And the Supreme Court says that once you issue a 41A notice, there is no reason for the police officer to carry out arrest. Especially gross in our case because the FIR was registered almost 4 years back and Chanda was summoned only 2 or 3 times, all of which time she attended and cooperated, and therefore we brought it to the notice of the High Court.
So now, what time will they be released? Will they be released today itself? What are the conditions that has been levied by the court? So if you could tell us about that.
So the court has directed that they can be released on cash bail of 1 lakh rupees. We are waiting a copy of the order. The judges have to sign the order. If the order is made available to us by today afternoon, by God's grace, hopefully they should be home by today evening.
And my final question. So the case continues, right? This was regarding the arrest issue where we have been calling that the arrest was illegal, but the case or this entire matter will still continue. Only the arrest has been quashed.
I'll let Rohan answer.
The arrest is the only thing that has been quashed. The case will continue. We have sought also quashing of the FIR. So that petition, when it is heard, finally the court will decide whether the FIR itself can continue or not.
So as you heard, thank you so much for speaking to NDTV. As you heard that while they will be released, the arrest has been called as illegal, but yes, the case will continue. These were the lawyers of the Kochars, Kushal Moore and Rohan Dakshini, saying that the court has said that the arrest was not in accordance with the law, and that's why now Chanda Kochar and Deepak Kochar both will be released from the prison. In Mumbai with camera person Rajendra Dayalkar, Sohit Mishra, NDTV.
Well, the first batch of nearly 40,000 Agniveers has begun training at different camps across the country. NDTV's Zuma Sudhir visited the artillery centre at Hyderabad, where about 2,285 Agniveers are training.
So training has begun formally for the 2,285 Agniveers at the Artillery Centre here in Hyderabad. I have with me Colonel Shalin Singh, who is in fact the chief instructor here. New batch, a lot of controversy prior to that. The selection process is also going to change next year. But how is the batch looking right now?
As far as my interaction with the batch goes, they are very tech savvy, physically fit, confident and bright young kids who have joined the armed forces. And
everyone comes with stars in their eyes saying, I'm going to serve the Indian Army. But the rigor, how many really are up to it, or is that what you have already tested, hopefully?
In our interaction, I found all of them are eager to work for the best, basically the top 25% lot. All of them, they are endeavoring to do that.
Okay. What are you going to put them through now? What happens next?
Their training has already started from 1st January onwards, so 31 weeks training. So 10 weeks will be their basic military training, in which they are being trained on the physical training, the strengthening of their body. Then the weapon training, the handling of the weapons with them. So they will be trained on their basic rifle, that is assault rifle in SAS, they will be trained on. And in addition, drill, as well as the basic foundation course. So that's what they will be going initially for 10 weeks. And after 10 weeks, they will be diversified into the artillery training per se. So they will be trained on Indian field gun system and the light field gun system. And they'll be training in the respective streams, whichever they get selected in.
There was some apprehension because these are obviously youngsters who just perhaps finished senior school and coming over. And the process also is different. Are you concerned about that? Because for you also, this is the first time that you are training in this manner.
No, what we were getting young recruits only, school-wise only initially also, and right now also we are getting the same lot. And they're as motivated as, you can imagine them to be.
All right, with that, we're taking a very quick break, but when we come back, we talk about bulldozer action, this time in Rajasthan. More details coming up in a bit. Stay with us.
Gadget 360 is here to help you with all your tech needs.
Gadget 360, Gadget Love.
Gadget 360, Gadget Love. You too can get some Gadget Love with my guides, expert reviews, and all the latest news on Gadget 360.
As early as possible, the 9-judge bench should determine.
The court can say the judgment will apply prospectively.
There's no question of naming another question.
Fake currencies did not come back. With great respect, no, it doesn't work that way. To some extent, it's political in nature, but let's look at the facts of the petitioner.
This is NDTV. No noise, no shouting, news that informs and inspires.
Facts build stories, but opinions shape them, and we're here to bring you both. A 360-degree look at the day's top stories. We're not afraid to take a stand.
No agendas, no excuses, no whataboutery, and no obfuscation.
Cross the distance between darkness and vision. Teach a generation that has lost all hope. Treat a patient from thousands of miles away. None of this was possible
Till technology stepped in and made it possible. A selection of the finest stories from across the country where technology comes with a human touch.
Unleash your dreams with Snapdragon in collaboration with NDTV. Only on the NDTV network.
This is NDTV. No noise, no shouting, and most importantly, no lies. Our lead story tonight. Big international story. India is closely watching it. News that informs and inspires.
The news with Sonia Singh, Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. Only on NDTV 24/7.
The only side we're on is yours.
Legacy is often seen as a burden of expectations. It comes with its own set of challenges. The challenge to take it forward, challenge to reimagine, challenge to be in the present, and also challenge to think about the future. As long as the core values and principles remain uncompromised. Debates are essential not just for journalism, but for humanity. It ignites our mind, opens it up for counter-opinion. To hear all views, opinion of all hues. Which is why the oldest running debate show on Indian news television is not 22 years old, but it is young at 22.
इस इनिशिएटिव को मैं अभिनंदन करता हूं कि सच को सच के रूप में पेश करने का उन्होंने साहस दिखाया.
So let us begin the big fight.
The show where the country speaks its mind.
This is a first step in the direction of giving women at least a fighting chance.
This is all wishful thinking. Today also, you see 23% of our girls are married or before 18.
Your mirror to what India thinks.
Everybody had that second one.
Well, bulldozers are out in Rajasthan with officials in Jaipur demolishing portions of a building from where a poaching institute that belongs to the main accused in the paper leak case was being run. Last month, the Rajasthan police had arrested over 50 people on the day of a teacher's recruitment exam after it was found that many candidates had accessed the paper before the exam began. The paper was subsequently postponed. Bhupendra Saran and Suresh Dhaka, the main accused in the case, ran the coaching institute, which is being demolished by the Jaipur Development Authority. The Ashok Gehlot's government's use of bulldozers comes just months after the Rajasthan Chief Minister had criticised the BJP government in Madhya Pradesh for demolishing the homes in Khargone, where a clash had taken place. Let me now go across to our guests who are joining us on the show. Arshpreet Khadial, spokesperson of the Congress Party, Shailendra Singh Gurjar, BJP media panelist and from Rajasthan, and Shiv Shankar Parashar, he's a student, is also joining us here on the show. Coming first to you, Arshpreet Khadial, is this action that the Congress Party, the Congress Party government in Rajasthan has taken is under pressure because the BJP had been alleging that the party is backing or at least trying to cover up the corruption case over here because the action by bulldozers was criticised by Chief Minister Gehlot himself when the incidents took place in Madhya Pradesh?
One, that was an entirely different incident, and this is an entirely different case. That did not involve an illegal structure. That did not involve, two accused persons in a recruitment scam. It had to do with the pelting. It had to do with the pelting of stones. So these two issues are very, very different, cannot be compared. Number two, the people of Rajasthan are hailing it, embracing it, appreciating it. And in fact, the Bharatiya Janata Party is appreciating this and saying, that the properties of the accused should also have been attached. Number two,
attached is very different from demolishing a property.
No,
also, the persons here are only accused. They are not convicted.
Number one. It's not about them. It's about the illegally built structure. It was built illegally, void ab initio.
Then why wasn't action taken earlier?
Well, whenever it came to the fore, whenever it was realized that action was taken by the Jaipur Development Authority. Number two, the Gulab Chand Kataria also this. The Bharatiya Janata Party is leader from Rajasthan, and it's not just the attaching of property that they appreciated or recommended. They appreciated the effort and the step that has been taken by the Rajasthan government. Number two, it has to be taken into consideration that a notice was also sent. 4 days ago, a notice was sent. There was no response to that. The accused persons in the recruitment scam did not even bother to reply to the notice or remove the encroachment, which was right over the road. Therefore, a legal action has been taken, which has been hailed by the people of Rajasthan, hailed by the opposition of Rajasthan, and in fact by the people of India.
But Arshpreet Khadial, many would say that a dangerous precedent is being set here. You said a notice was served 4 days ago. There was no response, so the building was brought down. No action was taken earlier if this was an illegally constructed building. Shailendra Singh Gurjar ji, कांग्रेस के यहाँ प्रवक्ता बोल रहे हैं कि बीजेपी इसे वेलकम कर रहा है स्टेप को. क्या आपको लगता है बीजेपी के प्रेशर में आके कांग्रेस ने ये कदम उठाया?
डेफिनेटली आप देखिए, अगर मैं पिछले 5-4 साल की बात करूं, लास्ट पास्ट 4 years of the Gehlot government regime, more than 15 papers, recruitment exam papers have been leaked of state level and district level examinations. The paper has been leaked, and in last 4 years, the law and order situation has deteriorated badly, and the control has been lost by the Gehlot government, and a new mafia, paper leak mafia, has emerged in the Rajasthan. And you see the building they have demolished.
But you believe that the action that has been taken by the government is correct?
though they have to take stringent action against the main accused persons, but I would like to emphasize on one thing: this building, the main accused have taken this building on rent. So the owner of the building is different, and both main accused persons are absconding from the law or from the police authorities, and they have not even seized their personal properties. They have not demolished their houses, not demolished their.
So you are not satisfied with the action. You are saying that the action has been taken against the wrong person.
Action has been taken. If there is any violation of laws or bylaws, what Jaipur Development Authority was doing in last 4 years.
All right. That's the question I asked. Ashpreet Kadiali says that it's just come to light, so they've demolished it. I'll ask you to, sir, hold on to your thoughts there. Let me go across to Shiv Shankar Parashar. Shiv Shankar, आप क्या इस कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट में थे?
नहीं मैम, मैं इस कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट में नहीं था, लेकिन जो पेपर 24 दिसंबर को जो पेपर आउट था वो पेपर मेरा था। मैं जो ही परीक्षा हॉल में एग्जाम देने पहुंचा और OMR सीट बांटी गई और 10 मिनट बाद शिक्षक द्वारा ये कहा गया कि आपका पेपर आउट हो गया है, आपकी परीक्षा निरस्त है। ऐसा कहने से मैं बहुत दुखी हुआ, निराश हुआ, क्योंकि मैं पिछले 6 महीने से जयपुर में रह के कोचिंग कर रहा था और इस प्रतियोगी परीक्षा के लिए मैं पिछले 2 साल से तैयारी में लगा हुआ हूँ, 2020 से ही। लेकिन जो ही पेपर लीक की सूचना मैंने सुनी, मेरे को बहुत दुख हुआ। कहीं कहीं सिस्टम और सरकार में कहीं नाकामी है। सरकार अपने पिछले 4 साल के कार्यकाल में एक भी परीक्षा भर्ती पूरी पारदर्शिता के साथ नहीं करा पाई। सबसे बड़ी भर्ती 2021 में हुई, 3rd ग्रेड में बहुत घोटाला हुआ और उसमें लेवल 2 में फिर इस परीक्षा को निरस्त किया गया। और अभी पिछली भर्ती वन रक्षक हुई, वो भी आउट हो गई थी। और ये अभी 24 दिसंबर के, मैं तो कहता हूँ सीनियर ग्रेड के सारे पेपर आउट हुए थे, मतलब 21 से लेकर 26 तक के सारे पेपर आउट हुए थे, लेकिन 24 दिसंबर को जो पेपर आउट हुआ वही सामने आया। बाकी सारे पेपर।
जी एक बात बताइए, आप जो सरकार ने कदम उठाया है उस कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट जहां से पेपर लीक हुआ था उसको डिमोलिश करके, आपको क्या लगता है कि ये सही कदम उठाया गया?
मैम ये कदम देखो कहीं कहीं सही तो है, लेकिन केवल बिल्डिंग के ढहाने से ये चोरी नहीं रुक सकती है। कहीं कहीं सिस्टम और सरकार में कहीं कहीं खामी है, इसलिए ये बार-बार पेपर आउट हो रहे हैं।
इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट यू रेज्ड, आपको 1 मिनट रोकूंगी। अर्शप्रीत खडियाल, ही इज रेज्ड अ वेरी पर्टिनेंट पॉइंट देयर, saying that this is a knee jerk reaction, you've demolished that building, but that's not going to end the problems. The fault is with the system, and he's saying for the last 4 years the people who are appearing for these exams have been hit by these issues.
Definitely. See, hundreds of thousands of people have been affected due to the leak, and therefore people were saying the government should take an action, and we have taken an action, and the people are appreciating it now. As far as the political parties who are indulging in the politics of convenience, like the Bharatiya Janata Party, back when nothing was done, BJP was like, why are you not doing anything? Now that an action has been taken, some Bharatiya Janata parties, especially the Bharatiya Janata Party's leaders of Rajasthan, especially Mr. Kataria, and I quote, he said, we are in favor of running bulldozers in such cases. And here the spokesperson would like to differ. It does not, really amaze me, because the Bharatiya Janata Party has always been confused. Number 2, for the people, it comes out as justice, and for as far as the politics and the politicians are concerned,
you are confusing issues there. You've just heard one of the students who appeared for this exam saying that they do not see this as entire justice. The system needs to be fixed. Just pulling down a building is no solution.
Has any of our leader from Rajasthan anywhere said that this is the only thing we are going to do? This is the tip of the iceberg. This is just the start. Everything is going to be cleaned out, and as far as the leaks are concerned, the cheating is concerned, please refer to the data of Bihar, of Gujarat, of Haryana. Maximum states being run by the Bharatiya Janata Party has maximum number of leaks that have happened.
So you mean to say 2 wrongs make a right? Since somebody else is also doing it, it's okay that it's happening in Rajasthan.
Did I say that? I never said that. All I'm saying is that we are willing, we have a strong will to do away with the leaks, with the cheating, with the corruption in the system. We'll do away with it. Okay. As far as the cases go, they are way more in the Bharatiya Janata Party ruled states. And as far as this structure was concerned, it was a five-story structure which was against the law, number 1. And number 2, 20 feet, 15 feet and 10 feet long setbacks, which have always amounted to, violate the building bylaws in Rajasthan. So everybody knows it for a fact that legally we are solid here. As far as justice goes, we have started with justice. And it is not just the end, it is the start to justice.
All right. One final comment there from the BJP spokesperson as well. Mr. Shailendra, Ashpreet Khadial is saying this is only the start. So don't, just be dismissive of the action that we've taken.
No, I want to tell to Ashpreet that what you have quoted me, I said you have to take stringent action, and you have taken, but you have not seized and bulldozed the property of the main accused. They are absconding. And the last 4 years, more than 15 papers have been leaked. And what the state government is doing, if there is any violation of bylaws or any rule, then JDA should have taken action before that. And one fact more I want to tell to our viewers, that these 2 main accused are also in the, they are accused in the A&M paper and constable paper. They are also having conspiracy of leakage with two more examinations before this 1.5 years. What the government of Rajasthan is doing, yellow government is sleeping. They are not doing any action. They have not taken any action. They are only fighting for the chair of CM-ship.
All right, okay. Last 30 seconds left. Ashpreet, responding to the first point that was raised by him, that the accused are still on the run.
See, number one.
Yes,
Number one. Now, may I please answer? See, first, the gentleman from the Bharatiya Janata Party has already acknowledged that yes, it is an action that has been taken. So thank you for that. It rarely happens. Number two, the previous leaks that are concerned, the culprits have been held of the previous leaks, of the previous scams. They are behind bars. The cases are very close to conviction. Number three, vis-a-vis these two people who are absconding, very soon they'll be held and they'll be given the most stringent punishment of all time.
All right, let me take the last word from the student here because he's been impacted the most in this case. Shiv Shankar, आप भी 30 सेकंड में पूछना चाहेंगे. अब आप सरकार से क्या उम्मीद रखते हैं?
मैं सरकार से यही उम्मीद रखता हूं, मेहनत करने वाले छात्रों को न्याय मिलना चाहिए क्योंकि ये पेपर माफिया पैसे देके नौकरी पाना चाहते हैं, लेकिन दिन रात मेहनत करने वाले छात्र जब ये सुनता है कि पेपर आउट हो गया तो उनके परिवार वालों पर उन पे क्या गुजरती है. मैं पिछले
Many thanks all three of you for joining us here on this discussion. Taking a quick break now, we'll be back with more. Stay with us.
राशि की स्कूल फीस, घर का किराया, ये जिम्मेदारियां सर पे. तुम तो टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस लिए भी नहीं चले.
पॉलिसी बाजार में 1 करोड़ का टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस सिर्फ 430 रुपए महीने से शुरू.
आ रहे हो ना?
They say the zero is nothing unless it connects the dots and the real story emerges. Unless it captures the truth. They say the camera never lies. Unless it is the essence of India of diversity and tolerance. Unless it reveals the wealth of nations and silences the barrel of a gun. Unless it reflects the sadness in the eye of the tiger as forests disappear. In fact, the dot is the center of your universe and of ours. The dot is the essence of NDTV, the essence of just one word, trust.
Gadget 360 is here to help you with all your tech needs.
Gadget 360, here to love.
Gadget 360, Gadget Love. You too can get some gadget love with my guides, expert reviews, and all the latest news on Gadget 360.
As early as possible, the 9-judge bench should determine.
The court can say the judgment will apply prospectively.
There's no question of framing another question.
Fake currencies did not come back. With great respect, no, it doesn't work that way. To some extent, it's political in nature, but let's look at the facts of the petitioner.
This is NDTV. No noise, no shouting. News that informs and inspires.
Facts build stories, but opinions shape them. And we are here to bring you both. A 360-degree look at the day's top stories. We are not afraid to take a stand.
No agendas, no excuses, no whataboutery, and no obfuscation.
Cross the distance between darkness and vision. Teach a generation that has lost all hope. Treat a patient from thousands of miles away. None of this was possible
till technology.
Welcome back. Hundreds of supporters of Brazil's far-right former President Jair Bolsonaro broke through police barricades and stormed into the Congress, the Presidential Palace and the Supreme Court on Sunday. President Lula da Silva condemned the fascist attack and vowed to come down hard on the protesters and the conspirators. In what was eerily similar to the US Capitol Hill attack in 2021 by Trump supporters, the protesters here too refused to accept Lula da Silva's election as a fair one. Bolsonaro, who's in the US, responded to the raids by condemning this attack by his supporters of the National Congress as well as the Presidential Palace and the Supreme Court. Meanwhile, 400 rioters have already been arrested.
E eu queria dizer para vocês que todas essas pessoas que fizeram isso serão encontradas e serão punidas. Eles vão perceber que a democracia, ela garante o direito de liberdade, ela garante o direito de livre comunicação, de livre expressão, mas ela também exige que as pessoas respeitem as instituições que foram criadas para fortalecer a democracia.
Taking a quick break now, but here's a programming reminder. At 8:30 this evening, a special show from Joshimath, Save the Sinking Devbhoomi.
The sacred town of our country, Joshimath, is on the verge of sinking.
ब्लास्टिंग कर रहे हैं डे बाय डे. रात को वो लोग ब्लास्टिंग कर रहे हैं जिससे पूरा शेक हो रहा है.
देखिए सरकार 2-4 वो पैसे दे उनसे क्या अपनी पूंजी तो गई है.
मुख्यमंत्री जी को बार-बार आग्रह किया गया, ज्ञापन दिया गया, लेकिन उन्होंने सुध नहीं दी.
Now the question is, why did the government decide to bring in the NTPC plant and huge equipments and machineries in this fragile and sensitive region?
कुछ पैसे.
This is NDTV. No noise, no shouting, and most importantly, no lies.
Our lead story tonight. Big international story. India is closely watching it.
News that informs and inspires.
The news with Sonia Singh, Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. only on NDTV 24/7.
The only side we're on is yours.
Legacy is often seen as a burden of expectations. It comes with its own set of challenges. The challenge to take it forward, challenge to reimagine, challenge to be in the present, and also challenge to think about the future.
What accountability are you talking about?
As long as the core values and principles remain uncompromised. Debates are essential not just for journalism, but for humanity. It ignites our mind, opens it up for counter-opinion. To hear all views, opinion of all hues. Which is why the oldest running debate show on Indian news television is not 22 years old, but it is young at 22.
इस इनिशिएटिव को मैं अभिनंदन करता हूं कि सच को सच के रूप में पेश करने का उन्होंने साहस दिखाया.
So let us begin the big fight.
The show where the country speaks its mind.
This is a first step in the direction of giving women at least a fighting chance.
This is all wishful thinking. Today also, you see 23% of our girls are married off before 18.
Your mirror to what India thinks.
Everybody had that second thought. How could you be in fashion because you don't look like a person in fashion? And that for me needed to change.
We the People with me, Sarah Jacob, only on NDTV. If you care about it, we'll talk about it.
They say the zero is nothing unless it connects the dots and the real story emerges. Unless it captures the truth. They say the camera never lies. Unless it is the essence of India, of diversity and tolerance. Unless it reveals the wealth of nations and silences the barrel of a gun. Unless it reflects the sadness in the eye of the tiger as forests disappear. In fact, the dot is the center of your universe and of ours. The dot is the essence of NDTV. The essence of just one word: trust.
Gadgets 360 is here to help you with all your tech needs.
Gadget 360, gadget love.
Gadgets 360, gadgets love. You too can get some gadget love with my guides, expert reviews, and all the latest news on Gadgets 360.
As early as possible, the 9-judge bench should determine.
The court can say